universe out of nowhere. Simple, my dear subscribers. I believe that she went to the 7th universe to go after the former king of the demon realm, Dabura, who ended up being defeated by Majin Buu. As we already know, Dr. Arnisu is a doctor, and that's pretty obvious, and as such she is a researcher who must be looking to increase her power through her science, and a very good way for that to happen would be if she had her own Majin similar to Majin Buu. Maybe not as powerful as the real Majin Buu, but her creations could be at a nice level for her to possibly conquer the demon world and perhaps reign over it in place of King Goma. And from what we've seen, King Goma and Dr. Anisu don't get along very well, and she doesn't have a loyalty to King Goma like her brother Degesu has, so she could betray him at any moment. We know that Dr. Arnisu ended up leaving the demon world at some point for a reason that we don't know for sure at the moment, but I believe that the reason she left the demon world was precisely to create new Majins. In my opinion, Dr. Arnisu went to the 7th universe to study the beings that existed in that universe where her former king of the demon realm was previously. Dr. Arnisu must have used a magic similar to what King Goma used in the first episode, and upon seeing the potential of the various beings that got in the way of Goku and his friends, the scientist ended up becoming fascinated by such beings and decided to go after these beings, or at least their DNA, for her to use in her experiments, and with that she would be able to create new, more different Majins with varied abilities and capabilities that would have the potential to become more powerful, even more so if she had obtained the DNA of a Saiyan and managed to give them the ability to become stronger the more battles they got into, just like Saiyans like Goku and Vegeta, who become more powerful as the battles they get involved in progress. These so-called Majins that Dr. Anisu may be creating have not yet appeared in the anime or even in any of the trailers, but there was a leak of the appearance of some characters, and among them was Neva, a character that has already been made official and has already appeared in the anime, and he proved to be a very important character initially, and in the future he may be even more important because of the Dragon Balls of the Demon World. Among the characters whose images were leaked were 2 Majins who possibly served Dr. Arnisu. Guys, what if in reality this scientist wants the Dragon Balls of the Demon World, and since she is weak at that moment she would not be able to get the Dragon Balls, since to do so she would have to face the Tamagami, and since she does not have enough power to do it alone. She is manipulating everything so that Goku and his friends defeat the Tamagami, and in the end she would only get the Dragon Balls of the Demon World. I believe that this is Dr. Anisu's objective, but why would she do all this? The answer is simple, my dear subscribers. She wants to create new Majins as powerful as Majin Buu, but she is not able to create such a powerful being alone, so the Dragon Balls from the Demon World would be the best option for her. With the power of Shenron Dark, the scientist would be able to create beings as powerful as Majin Buu. Now that we know that Dr. Anisu is a manipulator, we can theorize that she may have an ability or magic similar to Babidi's that allows her to control beings using the Majin mark that she can grant. We may see Vegeta again with the Majin mark on his forehead, but this time he may not be in control. After all, he is now younger, and by extension, he is also weaker, and would not be able to resist the power of the scientist's magic. We may even see other characters like Piccolo being controlled by the scientist, and even Goku could end up being controlled by her. With all this power, the woman would be able to dominate King Goma, and even Degesu, who probably would not have enough power to face so many powerful characters strengthened by the power of the Majin mark. Now we already know that this Dr. Arnisu is an extremely dangerous woman just with the information we already have, but what if she gets the power of the third demonic eye? You may be wondering what the third demonic eye would be, and so far we know that it is a type of artifact passed down by the ancient kings of the demon realm, but which ended up being lost several years ago. So much so that Dabura, who was the former king of the demon realm, did not possess this artifact, and yet he was a very powerful being compared to the members of his species. And even the new King Goma does not have as much strength as Dabura, at least not in terms of raw power, but perhaps King Goma may be more powerful when it comes to using magic. As mentioned, this demonic artifact was lost ages ago, and the kings of the demon world in the past ended up not using this artifact, and we have no information about what abilities or effects this artifact would grant to its user. But we can be sure that this artifact would make anyone more powerful when using it, so much so that King Goma would use one of his wishes to Shenron to recover that artifact. But unfortunately for him, and fortunately for the Z Warriors, Shenron only granted one wish to King Goma. But even so, I'm sure that this demonic artifact will appear at some point in the anime. Do you think this artifact was just mentioned randomly, or will it end up appearing at some point in the anime? I believe so. It will end up appearing in the anime at some point, but if it doesn't appear in Dragon Ball Daima, it will definitely appear in Dragon Ball Super. That's right, guys, maybe this demonic artifact will be used by some enemy in the future. If that really happens, it means that the third demonic eye would have the...
I just think it's funny because, now they said the first time you make a wish upon the Dragon Balls, you only get one wish, which they've already proven that back in Broly because Chile only got one wish. I could only wish Broly to be safe and take him back home. You see what I'm saying? They making that sure y'all know that now. So, shouts out to that part about it. But hell, they done said he would have got his weapon back. So that proves in the future he's gonna be back and getting them Dragon Balls to make more than one wish. And then he gonna be a problem because then he gonna get all his wishes. Like, oh yeah, this ain't my first time being here, Dragon. You cheated me last time, only gave me one wish, but I'm gonna need all of them today. You dig?